Hello, welcome to Holsoltre. This is going to be the reading for the month of December, the energies, what are you leaving behind, what's surrounded, and advice for you, what are the blessings. So we have 3 piles today, okay, and I will just show you and I want you to intuitively pick up. So this is going to be pile 1. Okay, I just hope it's focusing. This pattern is going to be pile 2, as you can see. Okay, and this one right here is going to be pile 3. So you can pause the video if you've still not made a decision. You can go back and make a decision. Yeah, so I'm going to begin with pile 1. Everybody that chose this pile, we're going to begin with your message. All right. So I first go by saying the overall energy that's surrounding you in the month of December. You know, I always say like it's more intimate if you just sit, and I like to keep it more organic. You can get your food, you can take your laptop. It can be a more engaging session where you don't have to feel that this is a YouTube video. So, okay, very interesting energy. So I'll just take like one more card. So for those of you who picked pile 1, right? See, what I see at the start of the month, you may be dealing with feeling a bit of solo, or like, you know, where you feel like you've given more than what you've received, or when I say solo, you're feeling more that you're craving more generosity, okay? And the energy around you feels like you're holding back and you're not sure like who to give, where to give. Although there is this generosity that's within you. Now, for a lot of you, I also sense this could be a connection, okay, where there was an unequal give and take. This can be in a job setup, but I see this is more positive. This is more to do with yourself, actually. For the majority of you, this is about that you decided that instead of giving outside, I want to give, like you have taken. The solo word that was coming is like you took a retreat at the beginning of this month where you started focusing more on your happiness, what makes you happy, and not so much about engaging in transactions which are around money or wealth, but being extremely generous towards yourself, okay? And that is the energy that I'm getting, where it's truly about what satisfies you, what makes you happy. And moving forward in the month, actually that energy is bringing, like pile 1, this is a really good spread in terms of you stepping into your power, into feeling this strength within you, okay? Why I say that is because this time that you took at the initial start of the month, that has given you that inner joy, the inner light to face the world like a confident person, where people can see it and you're taking charge. You're taking charge in terms of your own happiness, because I see you progressing from the 9 to the 10 as a clarifier that you have come into this big realization this month, or maybe you had this realization but you stepped into it finally, where you were like that, you know what, making myself happy is the most important thing. And that makes me feel confident about who I am. And that is what you're extending further. So I also get this energy because of whatever you've done at the initial part or the start of the month. And this energy could be going on right now, okay? That's actually making a lot of you, like some of you who are looking for a partner, it's actually attracting a very confident person in your life that completes you in a way. Now, this is not to say that, you know, you're incomplete by yourself, but you know where I'm coming from, where you can see a future aspect, or you can see that, okay, this is a person that I feel a whole with, okay, or an authentic sharing of joy. However, an advice that's coming in for you, I'm going to take out more clarifiers for that. That in this whole happiness and charm, and this can also be a very mature energy entering your life, but you're not immediately making a decision. Yeah, I feel like this is at a dating stage. Okay, now I don't want to make it about love life itself. I'll give a different perspective, but these are the cards where there is a prominent person. This can be any fire sign like Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, but this is a very prominent person who's there in your life or who's entering your life, or this could just be you, but for the majority I'm getting like this is getting reflected back at you, and because of which you are, that for some of you it's like the crushing zone where you're like in your la la land, fantasy land. And so you're a bit cautious, you're a bit reserved as well, where you're like, okay, I don't want to rush anything, I don't want to jump into anything, I want to be in the happy stage as well, and at the same time like watch from afar. Okay, so this is the overall energy, but the overall energy is very like happy-go-lucky, and it's a lot of creation energy. It's for a lot of you, it's that stomach tingling kind of a vibe. Okay, now don't force it. Okay, but that's a natural vibe that I get. Where sometimes we just get swayed away, we get swept off of our feet, and just really are in awe of a person, and you want to like be in that awe stage and not jump into everything going super fast. Okay, for others of you, this can also pan out as your own energy where you're so happy within yourself, and you know that you have worked, and you know that you're in your confident boss magnetic era. So you're also being a little reserved, a little protective of who gets access to this magnetic, charismatic energy of yours. Okay, but on the family front, I see these are like very positive cards. There's a lot of celebration in somebody's life. Either somebody is getting married, or you're hearing the news of someone's pregnancy. That's the only thing with the general reading, there can be like multiple aspects to it. Now, I just want to quickly see like, what is it that you guys are leaving behind this month? Okay, like what do you need to let go of? What are you leaving behind this month? Okay, that's interesting. These are very strong cards actually. Like I was talking about at the initial start of the month, where you had this realization that I am the priority. I decide to give in to myself and my happiness. I think when you're watching this, or soon after you watch it, it's like you have already entered the month of December leaving behind something. I see you guys, you took a stand for yourself because you knew what you deserve, you knew what your value is, and you were, because I see like two very strong swords, and it's like you have left that version of you who was tired of standing up for herself, tired of taking a stand, tired of fighting her battles for basic minimal human treatment. Like you no longer want to be that person who's continuously living on the edge and continuously fighting for herself. And that is the side of yours that this is very beautiful, It's like while I'm speaking, some of you may even have tears in your eyes where you feel that there was so much burden that a lot of you were carrying, and you feel like, I'm done living this way. And I just want to congratulate you guys, because you've entered this month with that energy that you want to reconnect with that inner child of yours. You want to be that happy-go-lucky person. You want to have faith and belief in life all over again, that I deserve good things. And that is where I'm seeing that, the initial and the middle part of the month, it's all there. And suddenly, when you're asking for something and it shows up, again, that little bit of that reserve and cautiousness that initially at the start of the month you were like I'm done. So that done energy attracted you that playful, emotionally fulfilling situations. And then that child within you is a little reluctant and reserved, but that's totally understandable. But it's commendable that you guys have truly, like you're leaving behind this need to get sucked into drama, to always be the one to take a stand for other people, to choose righteousness. And I think this month, you being introduced to honoring your creativity, honoring your heart space, honoring your emotions, honoring that childlike play, which is beautiful. Very, very, very intense, emotional. It's like, another thing I'm getting, like for a lot of you, it's like you could be these very smart, intelligent people, and you always thought that you had to be this person for people to recognize your value. Okay, you had to be this strong, fair, always fighting for the right thing. And this month you're just realizing that I deserve to live as well, and I'm tired of wearing this responsible badge of always being the smart, intelligent, the person who will do the right thing. And you feel like a little cautious about how this will go across other people when you just drop this and step into your innocent, trusting, taking a leap, being a little adventurous, being that playful child who likes to wear her emotions on her sleeves and just wants to be the hopeless romantic and fall in love. Or just be the little kid who wants to be pampered. Oh, I'm getting so emotional. It's just the energies of the cards. So I'm going to wrap your reading by taking an additional message for you people, whoever chose this pile. I think I'm going to take out more messages, okay? There you go. We are already in the winter, but if some of you are watching from the other side, close to Australia, then maybe that's a different message. So it says, wait for winter. During the colder months, the fairy queen of winter will help you manifest your most heartfelt wishes. Just what I was talking about is that, you entered saying like, this is what I want. And when it shows up and you just like get a little like, there's also like a shy energy that I see that, like really, okay, as long as your intentions are for the highest good of all, and seeing what you're leaving behind, I can vouch for the fact that people watching this reading, your intentions are for the highest good of all, because I see a lot of fairness in your energy. It's just that you were tired of carrying that fairness all by yourself, and you were missing out on that reciprocity is the energy that you entered this month with. And you decided that, okay, I am going to balance the scales by being honest and fair with myself, and only focusing on speaking my truth and my honesty to myself. You know what I mean? And because of this, because you have been that person, the universe is really blessing you. And you're just being told like, it's okay if you're in this reserved energy and you want to take your time, that's fine, but don't block yourself out from it. Okay, because you have really worked to get to where you are, and you deserve to be in this light energy. Okay, can I get one more message for this file, please? Yeah, I know. I just want to say all my wishes, all my goodness to you, because this is the month you're connecting back to your inner child. You have gone through a lot of specifically like emotional setbacks, disappointments, more to say. But you know, a powerful message that's coming for you is that you don't have to take it personally, like on yourself. It happened. It happened. Like, this card is also showing that you guys are the pile who are very hard on yourself. You know, like, where always it's like certain perfectionist people or people who grew up in a very critical or a very harsh or a lot of pressured environment, where if you did something wrong, all your focus went on that and you got identified with all your mistakes. And because of which, it's like, if there are 7 good things around you, but 3 that you couldn't make through, or 3 where you just messed up, or 3 where people disappointed you, let's say, out of the 10 people, you know, you get really regretful about that. And I think the answer that's there, and this message in this reading, what it's telling you is just focus on your intentions, on your purity, on what you bring to the table, and allow the universe to match that. Instead of always putting a lot of effort in trying to do the right thing, just do what makes you happy and things will get aligned with you. Okay? And it's telling you that just connect back to the happy self rather than connecting to those melancholic memories or those what ifs and why. Just connect back to who you were, and this is the month that you are connecting to that little child within you. Okay, so that's the message for you, pile 1. Thank you for being here. Thank you for choosing this reading. And thank you for giving me the permission to read for you. Alright, so we're going to move to pile 2. So all of you who chose this pile, okay, pile 2, this is going to be your reading. Let me quickly see what energies do we have for you guys for the month of December 2025. Ooh, a lot of heart opening, like emotions overflowing, spiritual awakenings, revelations I see, connecting back to your authentic side. Wow, again I got there's a big theme of this month, because the last pile, maybe some of you felt called towards the last pile. My god, these are like quite some similar cards. Okay, I wouldn't be surprised if some of you felt called to picking the first pile as well. Feel free to check that out as well. So absolutely banger energies. Bottom of the deck we have the Knight of Swords. Okay, so your cards are wonderful cards where a message that's coming for you is like, as soon as you open up your heart space, you go through that awakening, you go through your feeling body, everything just feels like everything is falling in alignment for you this month. All that is required of you is to open your heart. And when I say that, it's almost like feel and allow yourself to feel. So this can resonate differently with different people, in terms of that some of you have found a new joy or a new hobby or a new creativity, and for a lot of you this is also a new person entering your life or a new circle. Okay, this can be different for different people. Let me just quickly clarify. Okay, yeah, so I feel this is more about that a lot of you felt like in this energy of withdrawal and dissatisfaction, and nothing felt like so fulfilling for most of you, and you were just looking for some kind of hope and sign and optimism. And so this energy is talking about optimism, that the start of December is filling you with a lot of optimistic energy, where you are truly connecting with your heart space and truly your heart's desires in terms of what do you want and what fulfills you and what makes you happy. And so because of that, you're moving into a an energy where the universe is aligning things for you. It's giving you what is truly fair for you. Okay, and there are two cards that are hinting an absolute new beginning. Like, I'm getting this new beginning, and for the most of you, okay, this pile is hinting more towards spiritual awakening. Okay, like you're having a totally different perspective spiritually, or you're undergoing this spiritual rebirth. And this is not the rebirth which is a painful rebirth. It's more of that liberating energy where it's like, I have arrived and I'm so happy and I'm ready to receive the world from a place of authenticity, from a place of what makes me happy. And like, that is getting reflected back to you in terms of the kind of opportunities that you're attracting. Oh my God. Whew. This is a very powerful pile, okay? When I say that, this month, there are different energies coming out for different people, okay? For a lot of you, it's like in the matters of the heart, and literally what I mean to say in terms of partnership, in terms of love. I think a lot of you have been for a long time looking to get either married or officially recognized in a manner where you feel that I'm in a fair relationship where the other person wants me equally as much as I want them, and where you feel that it is more soul aligned, okay, where it's not about the other aspects that do not fulfill you as a whole, but you probably kind of compromised and it was not fulfilling. Fulfilling is a word I'm getting again and again. And because of that, sometimes you may even have thoughts like, do I live in a fantasy land? Am I hoping for something too much? Is it too much that I'm asking for? And this is the month the universe is truly showing you the power of your strength, of your inner resilience. I can't even speak, and because of this, I'm getting like a lot of you may have even struggled to speak up or ask for what you truly desire, because you thought that maybe it's too much. Okay, and some of you struggled with expressing yourself, and that is where I'm getting that you have been very resilient. A lot of you here could be Saturn ruled, born on 8, 17. You could have Gemini, very profound in your chart. Cancer, I can see. Libra. I mean, these are very strong signs wherever in your chart. Maybe you have a lot of placements, even Aquarius. There are some major energies working for you in the month of December, where it's like you're being told like all you need to do is listen to your heart and just operate from a heart space. That every time you feel like doing something, see, again, maybe a lot of you, again, like I'm saying, start asking. Instead of always thinking, I have to do in order to deserve, you're being told just from a place of pure intention, just ask what you want. Okay, and it is being given to you, but I also see in the month of December some very profound choices. Okay, and you're being advised that in order for you to make this choice, because I'm seeing whatever this choice is, it's gonna drastically change your life. Like, it may ask you to relocate. Like, let's say you got a job opportunity that you feel truly passionate about and you feel like I always wanted this, but maybe this asks you to relocate, and that's a strong energy of relocation and travel that I'm getting for a lot of you. And it is a completely new path. There's something about December that's bringing you something totally new, where justice is being served to you, that yeah, we have seen what you've gone through, we have been there, you have been very strong and resilient through it all, and boom. So towards, like starting from 10th of December, like you can start seeing this energy, but I see like towards the end of December, this energy is going to pick up momentum really fast, and you're being told just keep your heart open. Okay. Wow. Now, this is the pile of people who've really stayed optimistic despite of all the adversities, and they've had a lot of faith in the divine. And I think you're being blessed this month for keeping that faith in the divine and not giving up on yourself. So the message when it comes to what is it that you're being asked to leave behind in the month of December this year. So I see a lot of you had attached your worth towards a partner or the kind of partner you have. You had attached a lot of your confidence and your worth to that. Okay, and even your self-esteem, and this does not just have to be a partner, although there's a specific card of romance, but it's like, again, your heart was locked because you attached a lot of your worth to people's validations or association with the kind of people you're associated with. You judged your value, and in the past you had very strong attachment patterns, is what I can see. Yeah. Okay, so even with this card of envy, what I see, there's something about relationships and where you do not or did not, I would say, value yourself vis-a-vis relationships where you felt you were not worthy of love or worthy of romance. And I see for a lot of you, like this could be like in the past you've attracted partners where there was a financial gap in, the person you loved, or it could be that they were a high achiever, or vice versa. Anything, it would go like that. And you're being told that, all this while you had been looking at things from a very black and white lens as opposed to a whole. That, as an example, that, like in the olden times when we had the barter system, let's say you had a big pond and somebody was in need of fish, and on the flip side somebody had I don't know, maybe a great furniture shop. Okay, and you're being asked that go back to the time when people had their own value to exchange that valuable thing with each other, which made them respect each other because everybody got something of value that the other person needed. And it's only in today's time where money has come in between as an energy that is calculative. So you're being told that where is it that you had been devaluing yourself? Either, I see a strong pattern of where you guys must have compared yourself or your partner. And while you were also in a relationship, as opposed to really opening your heart and letting the love flow, you got extremely attached in a manner that you also lost your worth based on how the other person treated you. So it's like two different messages, that for one, you had a very strong attachment pattern where you would give away all your power to the other person and completely devalue yourself. And second, that the reason the relationship or the romance was blocked in your life because you couldn't value what you offered and brought to the table, and you always compared yourself with others or you compared your partner with others. And that is something that you're being asked to leave behind for this opportunity to arrive, because this is a very aligned and a very soul aligned partnership. But I'm sensing this is a very high vibrational form of love, and for you to have this in your life, you need to be compassionate with yourself and the other person. Meaning that sometimes we feel that either we feel that, oh, we are not in a good space, and the other we put them on a pedestal, or we sometimes see the other from a place of a pedestal and feel like, oh, this person does not have this. It's a very straight up, very straightforward, very upfront message. I'm going to pick out an additional card for you guys as a blessing. See, the extreme I was talking about, your card is find balance. Okay, from the fairy deck, it says find the balance between your work, rest and playtime, and you will have more energy, harmony and productivity in your life. Take a power nap. Okay, so I feel some of you also have this tendency with the third chakra, solar plexus, that you tie your worth with your work, and because of which you feel like if you're not working enough, you're not worthy. And you have in the past compared yourself with the amount of work you do and the time you spend in working and accumulating or having those achievements, the same envy cards, like you've always seen like, oh, I'm not there yet, because of which you've unconsciously been blocking love into your life, because somehow you feel like I'm only worthy if I achieve. I think the message is very clear, and if this resonates, please let me know in the comment section below. So I'm wishing you all, pile 2, very good luck and a very happy new year entering 2025. Please apply to this message that you've gotten. It's a very strong message, and congratulations in advance for this new beginning that's coming your way. Like, I'm telling you, things are gonna move, okay? And for things to move, just leave behind this comparison, attachment, self-worth issues that you're holding. You want to work with me one-to-one, you please feel free, but honor this beautiful heart you've got. I think this is already happening. I don't need to say more. So thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to read for you and for being present here on this channel. Okay, so finally now we move on to pile 3. So all of you who chose pile 3, this is the deck you chose. So I'm going to see pile 3, what are the energies for you? So, well, pile 1 and 2 have been 2-3 similar cards, similar energies. Let's see what pile 3 has gotten. Life is crazy. You know, I cannot sing full songs because I can't remember lyrics. So I always start singing and then I stop because I don't know what comes next. But in a way, the positive side to that is that I can create anything and everything. So now that I'm saying that, I think there's also a very profound message for this pile, that because I see a lot of light and charm and ambitious people in this pile, and your message is that, you know, even if you do nothing, you're still very magnetic and very inspiring and very influential in the way you carry yourself and the way you operate. And this is truly the energy of December is actually telling you that please take that vacation, take that holiday. I think you guys are the pile, or the energies in December in general, but this is a pile of people who tend to consume themselves with work. And the minute you stop working, or the minute you're not socializing or out there with people, your thoughts can really consume you. Okay, so there's a nice different energy of December for this pile. Let's begin. So a lot of you are perhaps building something, or there's also a vibe that you guys could be seeing someone or partnering with someone who is building a legacy or an empire, or simply is a very ambitious person. Okay, and with that energy starting of December, it's a very bright energy, a lot of enthusiasm and excitement and new ideas. I'm getting a lot to do with ideation, and I'm getting a very mature energy here. Okay, so this is not any kind of a teenage or a page or an immature energy. That's like a very mature energy where I'm getting like different things. Like some of you could be into creating festivals or events or attending festivals or partnering with people that you want to ground your vision with. But this is more of a socializing energy that you are in beginning of the month. Okay, more of a creator energy, socializing energy, and doing multiple things but really shining in your light. And that's why I see like a very strong Aries energy, where you're also building this momentum of getting the work done and launching. I mean, this is not like you launching the business, but this is like you grounding the business or picking up that momentum. Okay, but as we go forward in the month, I see that you're being advised that please rest. Okay, because when you don't rest, because you have so much of energy that you give out to people, and when you go into the rooms, it's like naturally people can feel your energy and they can feel illuminated and excited while you are there, and you don't realize when to stop. Okay, because of which you're being advised that please rest it out. Otherwise, the nature of your thoughts tends to deteriorate, and the message is that then you become your own worst enemy. Like, just because you're mentally drained and you did not rest, you tend to start feeling stuck when you're truly not stuck. Because moving towards December is bringing you the energy of slowing down eventually. Okay, maybe you entered the month and the initial part of the month is very socializing, attending weddings, getting dressed, being part of pop-ups and flea markets, and all about like, I want to get this done, like a very go-getter energy. Okay, and then there is like a lull, or there is like a slowdown, and this slowdown is shifting you from being overly active or always available. And when I say available, that's purely in terms of your energy, that you do not have to be available in a performative energy always. What I mean to say, like for a lot of you who are creators, right, and where you feel like you always have to be your best self, and you have to be like, hey guys, what's up, today we are going to do, you get what I'm trying to hint. And you're being taken towards that energy of being like, you can be super grounded, be in touch with nature, you can simply be without doing much, and things will be attracted to you. So I'm seeing a huge shift in this pile from needing to perform, needing to always be active, to simply being. And this is a beautiful energy. And it's an energy of, like you can simply receive rather than you always have to give. Like I'm seeing like a vision of, let's say, Priyanka Chopra Jonas, okay, where she's always on the shoots, always on the move. And there's a shift that, okay, finally she's like, you know what, I can simply be a mother, where I can be at home, no external noise, no shosha. I can simply be in my pants and still be my queen self. Okay, so this is the energy that's coming. Let me just quickly clarify this Four of Swords, Eight of Swords. What is this about? Okay, so some of you could be having a choice this month. Now, for the guys watching this, there could literally be a choice between two different types of women, and what are the kind of women you want to engage with, where you are very self-sufficient and self-reliant. Now, when I say a guy, you could also be a woman with a strong masculine energy, okay? And you're attracting two very different types of vibrations, where you feel like, because what I see is that you or somebody else is in the Emperor energy, and Emperor is a whole of all the four elements. On the flip side, when it comes to a fire element and an earth element, now this could be within you or this could be externally, take whatever resonates, because there's a Taurus, like a earthy energy combined with a fire energy, okay? Where there's something that needs to stabilize and ground, or there is one path, yeah, like the fire energy, there's one path which is a little more unconventional and the other which is more traditional. So, one is that, okay, I can be in a relationship and we can be official and we can be dating and we can keep the connection till there, like, maybe a live-in relationship. And on the flip side, there is a chance for you to really like get married and get all the proper security and the legalities that are involved in a more traditional life. So I think this is where you're being told that before making any decision and feeling that you're stuck, just allow yourself time, because a lot of you, I also see, are healing. And when I say healing, you're just healing from those limiting beliefs where you feel that life is always about either or, and why do I always have to choose? And this is where you're being told that, I just want to pull out one more card for your advice in this situation. Very interesting. I think, guys, there is something, okay, this gets clear for me. This pile might get a little longer than the other two piles. Okay, so your energy, the message is very clear that, sometimes, or what the month of December is trying to teach you, that even though you're very mature, the energy is very mature, but I think for a long part you were relying on something that's required more of your energy, okay? Either it required you to perform more, or it was all about like, socially or publicly. If it's about a partnership, then how do we look? How do we come across? Okay? And this is the month where it's not about that you feel helpless, that it's this or this. It's telling you that where are you coming from a place where you are not seeing yourself for who you truly are. In the sense, there is some kind of wounding that I'm seeing. This is at a subconscious level. That there is some kind of a wounding where you were good at what you were doing, but you were putting too much effort in being that person. You get what I mean? And that drained you, that tired you, and that also made you understand that it does not energize me, but me being this way energizes other people. So that foundation or that belief system, what you thought you had to be and how you thought people started seeing you, that is breaking down. So December is a very profound month, but that is simply because, and you're being told there's a very strong message, don't resist this. It's okay if you're not this person anymore, like who is, like an example, that maybe you were this entertainment creator and now you feel the shift that maybe you want to just make reels on you doing gardening and you don't want to show up in the world as this fully high on energy person, and that's totally okay. That's totally okay. And I think that's a big shift that is going for you within the month of December, where eventually, even though at the start of the month you're very active, it's showing me that you're being asked to like just go within. Because that going within, because I'm getting a lot of earth energy here. It's like moving from an extremely fire energy to a very grounded energy, which is beautiful. Because what I see that in that energy, maybe you were famous. And when I say famous, it's like, yes, there was a lot of energy, but that stability and the grounding was missing. And you're moving towards that you don't have to be energetic, and yet you're very grounded, you're very provided for, you're very nurtured. And you could also be spending more time in nature, or simply becoming more responsible when it comes to choosing security in your life. Okay, so it's like two mature beings within you are just shifting energies and elements. That's all. Okay, what do you need to leave behind? Let me just see from this. Yeah, it's a shift of elemental energy. You're moving from a lot of fire, action energy to a lot of earthy being and grounded and comfort energy. Yeah, what do you need to leave behind? Okay. Yeah, guys, I think for a lot of you, I will be very honest. There was a relationship that had very intense chemistry. I will not lie, okay? Because it's telling me that your attachment. Now, again, there is a part of the message that connects to pile 2. So if a lot of you felt called towards pile 2 earlier, I would recommend that you can watch this. But the message here is what you need to leave behind is that what part of you was in certain kind of a partnership. This can be a business partnership, a personal thing, where because of the passion you stayed there, but it was not healthy for your nervous system. I think I've said what I had to. And you're being told like, make choices now what is healthier for your body, for your nervous system, for your overall nourishment, for your security and your safety. And that is the shift that maybe a connection got you a lot of freedom, got you a lot of joy, got you a lot of recognition, but maybe it was not helping you have a safe nervous system. And you're coming out of that this month. And you're being told like, give yourself enough time. Instead of going round and round, because I feel like in the middle of the month, you may be looking back at that same connection. You may be having thoughts about that. And the universe is transitioning you into a more stable and secure energy. So there's a very profound message for you that moving forward in the year 2026, you're being asked to choose nourishment, safety, security. And you know, a message is coming that it's totally okay. Like for a certain phase of our life, we need certain kind of people. And once they have served the purpose, I think like whatever this connection was, whether it was a business partnership or a romantic one or a business come romantic, this partnership came in your life to serve that side of yours or to enhance that fire element within you that had gotten dimmed. Perhaps you were too emotional or you were too much in your head, and this person came to show you that, yeah, a little fun is not harmful, you know. But the thing is that your lesson with this person is done, and that's a very strong message I'm getting for a lot of you. Now again, I say take what resonates as a general reading. Wow, I told you guys, see, that's what I'm saying, like you are stepping into abundance. And again, like I say, it's not necessarily because it's a general reading, it's a shift that you're undergoing, and whoever is matching that shift will be aligned with you, whether it's the old or the new person. But your job is to focus on your nourishment. Okay, the message of abundance is such a beautiful message. Prepare yourself for incoming abundance. Release any mental blocks. Here you go. These are your cards. Okay, makes more sense. I think it's like the reason I told you there's some kind of wounding about your self that you're healing, because of which a lot of financial abundance is being sent your way, because you've realized that I don't have to overly be out there all the time. And that was coming from some wounded place. And now you are suddenly entering that financial abundance once you clear those limiting beliefs about yourself. That if I don't show up this way, then I will not attract money. if I don't sign this contract, then I will not get that money. If I don't leave this job, then I won't get another job. Okay, like I told you, for some of you, this is also about a job where you were in a creative profession. Okay, and you constantly felt you had to prove, or like you had to constantly show results, and unnecessarily you were doubting yourself. And the minute you work on that subconscious wound or that limiting belief, you're being told that in fairyland and in human land, there is enough abundance for everyone. I would say that if a lot of you had chosen or were confused between pile 2 and this pile, please watch that pile as well. But this is actually a partnership as well that I'm sensing for a lot of you. And a partnership or an opportunity for a partnership that's going to bring you a lot of abundance and wealth. Okay, and for that you have to be okay, last message, okay, for this pile, very clear. One is where you feel you have to perform a certain way in order to attract this opportunity, and the other is where you feel like, okay, I can simply be myself. Confidence is the word here. Confident in the skill I have. So one is the confidence I'm carrying based on what I'm wearing, how well am I speaking, what kind of perfume I'm carrying, and the other is that I have a skill, I am very worthy, and the value I bring on table is a value that will help a lot of people. And because I recognize that value in myself, I'm going to be in my comfort zone. I'm going to be in my comfortable era. And I will allow that opportunity to walk towards me. This is very comforting. This is very healthy for your nervous system. And energy is here. Like I say, there's a lot of Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, Aries specifically, Sagittarius. Now, you do not have to necessarily be these signs, but read about these signs to understand the energies they offer. Because Taurus, Capricorn, they both are about security and your own self-worth. So that's all for you, pile 3. Let me know if the messages resonated. And if you like this video, please do like. You can subscribe to the channel. You can look for other videos that speak about self-worth. You're free to book a one-to-one with me as well. And yep, wishing you a great Christmas and a very happy New Year. Thank you.